All right, Mrs. Speed Bump. So how was the inaugural run in Minnie the Winnie been?
It has been amazing.
Amazing?
Okay, it was fun.
Yeah,
it was cool.
It was a good way to break it in on your birthday weekend, of all things.
Absolutely.
Drinking a happy camper wine. It's always a good thing. Had some issues to sort out. It's obviously a new learning experience. The fridge is still a little schizophrenic. Got to get that figured out. And right now it's actually doing a little rattle, which is driving me crazy. Got to get basically the whole battery system sorted out. We've got a little bit of an issue with that. We definitely know we cannot run the AC for very long, otherwise it will definitely kill our reserves, and the solar will not recharge it quick enough without external power. What was the other issue? Oh yeah, the battery charge. Xantrex showed what?
100%.
And what was the actual reading through the Lithionics app?
The first time we looked, it was at 50%.
Actually, when we woke up this morning, it was showing 18%. No, it's just over 20, but the system still up there showed 100% charge, which is a bit of a problem. So we got to call some providers, some manufacturers, and figure out what the hell's going on with that. But otherwise, nice little trailer. Just got to sort out the new tech, and definitely got to figure out how to maximize our AC, because this Wisconsin boy needs air. So next trip.
Hey, speaking of Wisconsin, we're heading to Road America in Wisconsin.
That's right, the Moto America rounds, going up there for some excellent racing, seeing some friends, and shooting some pictures. So we're definitely going to be having a good time with that. So here's to all of you. Happy camper wine, and we will see you next time. All right, so it's been several days now. I followed up with Xantrex. I have not heard back from Lithionics, but I do have some clarification on some things, and some of it really wasn't surprising. I kind of wondered if it wasn't the fact that we're talking lithium versus lead acid or AGM batteries for, you know, those old school kind of thing. But basically, it's a bit of a handshake issue in technical terms with the Xantrex system communicating with a Lithionics battery, because it's a lithium battery, so it has its own battery management system, or BMS, and with the Flex package, you need to really monitor the Lithionics battery app to understand where your battery's at, because the control panel that's on the Xantrex system that is with, you know, the rest of your controls for your tank levels and lights and all those things, it's not going to reflect correctly. And, you know, I mean, don't fault Winnebago for that. That's just the nature of the beast kind of a thing. But at least it's nice to know. But just to give you an idea of kind of what the draw has been on the system, so let me throw my readers on because I'm getting that to be that age. But so I did monitor some things, and so what's interesting is, so we really depleted the battery, but we did admittedly run the AC for nearly 9 hours because we were 80 degrees. But the interesting thing is so initially it brought the temperature down in the trailer, but then it also kind of kicks in the fan only mode, which is typical for most kind of HVAC systems in a residential kind of type setting. And the reason is because the start and stop on a fan motor actually creates more wear and tear on the system than just leaving it run. But what we found monitoring the Xantrex system, which does show the wattage hit, so you're looking at, so just the fan only, which was most of the night, was 110 to 150 watts. And then when the system is running, you're looking at basically 1,000, and I'm being generous, or less. It actually was generally less than that. So it's not a huge hit. The microwave, on the other hand, is 1,550 watts. The Keurig we ran, not just basically for 2 cycles to heat a couple cups of coffee, and that was 1,400 peak watts. And then the TV is 20 to 30 watts, which really isn't much. So in the end, there isn't a lot, but I still am kind of, I guess if you would say, kind of annoyed that the AC system, that it doesn't have kind of, if you will, the life, and I know it's a big hit on the system, that it doesn't have kind of the long-lasting effect that I would appreciate in an RV, especially if you're southern climates or if it's summertime and you need to run the AC, you know, for several hours to at least basically sleep worth anything. But otherwise, so the rest of the systems, so just kind of touching on the Truma thing, I was hoping Mrs. Speed Bump was going to be able to jump in on this, but she's had some other things going on. But the Truma system, so just to touch base on the heater, so we haven't had a lot of usage of it, but the main usage we've had has been while we've had the trailer outside of our house, kind of doing prep work when the temperatures have been in the 30s and 40s and such. And we've ran it, and it's actually been, I mean, really efficient. It heats up the cabin, really well. It's efficient. It's not too noisy by any means. Works extremely well. The Truma AquaGo system, oh my God, that thing is a freaking amazing system. Any other builder or any other, even Winnebago, if they're not using the Truma AquaGo system, the next couple of years they're idiots. I mean, the system is extremely efficient. I mean, it heats the water fast. It's so much better than, basically a tank system, especially a 6-gallon tank. From what I can gather, we didn't run it like a normal shower system. But from what we can tell, I would say you could probably take a typical shower, but I mean, obviously the downside is you're going to burn through propane. It is a little quirky. If you look at the blog, you'll kind of understand why. You've got to kind of start it up in the correct system. Otherwise, it will kind of give you some fits and might throw some faults. But it's nothing that is too hard to basically correct. The AC, I mean, actually works extremely well. It's very quiet, or relatively quiet for an AC system. Even with just the fan running, it's not bad at all. I mean, compared to some of the places we've been, like at the cabins at Road American, we've rented them up there. I mean, they're loud as hell. And the system and the FLX actually is relatively quiet, and it's easy enough to sleep. So I just wanted to kind of follow up and touch up on those things. But so I also hit on, so we have the Brooklyn bedding mattress, and it's just the base one, and I don't recall what the model is. But it's a 12-inch mattress, and I mean, we slept fantastic on the thing. It is kind of a 3-level mattress with a base, transition foam, the memory foam. But I mean, we slept fantastic. It is so much better than the crap that the manufacturers send out with the stock units. But I will say that the 12-inch memory foam, which is the one where you get the 3 levels or the 3 layers versus just 2, it is a 12-inch, and we have found some downsides to that. That at least on the kind of the standard full-size system with ours, it does make it to where you really can't access the USB ports or the electrical in the back, because there's no gap with the. And you've seen this on the previous video when I kind of touched on it. There is absolutely no gap between the kind of the cupboards, or not the cupboards, but the little wardrobes, if you will, on the side of the bed and the mattress. So, and it's a bit of a stretch. So, something to keep in mind. Honestly, I mean, I kind of wish we had a way to really kind of try out the 8-inch Brooklyn bedding mattress to see how it is. But I mean, for my wife and I, the 12-inch, I mean, the sleep, I mean, the comfort and everything was great. Due to injuries and age and stuff, there's no issues. We slept fantastic on the thing, so highly recommend Brooklyn bedding as a replacement mattress. But other than that, I mean, we plan on keeping the things going. I know we're going to have the first legit trial run here in the 1st of June. So we'll be seeing how it really works off-grid and truly boondocking. I'm definitely bringing a backup generator, though, because, I mean, this is the Midwest. Who knows what kind of weather we're going to have, so we want to make sure that we have the capability to run AC at least some of the time if necessary. We definitely want to be able to sleep at night. That's the biggest thing. But the Flex package outside of the AC hit, I mean, the thing, I mean, it really is stellar in a lot of ways in how it sustains the system. We haven't really had a chance to try it out, though, over multiple days, running the TV off and on, which still isn't going to be a big thing for us. But as far as just kind of the regular systems, it's fantastic. So, I mean, we're really happy with it. We're going to keep pushing it to its limits, finding out, and we will keep giving you guys some statuses and what we find otherwise. But we'll look forward to hearing from you, or not hearing from you, but following up with you guys later on. Thanks a lot.